Good morning, boys and girls. Remember, you need to first draw your creation with pencil, then trace with a Sharpie, and then erase with a large eraser or one at the end of your pencil. Then you are going to color it in. Remember, you can use your blending. So, I'm going to draw my image first with a pencil, remembering to use the thumb rule and measure to see if my objects are the size of a thumb so that we can see them really big on our final yearbook cover. Then, after you draw in your creation, you might want to add some sort of a background to your drawing. Remember to measure with your thumb. Everything, your object should be thumb-sized. Then you'll trace with a Sharpie marker. Then do not forget that after you trace everything in, then you'll want to erase your pencil lines with an eraser. The reason that we trace, boys and girls, is so that all of those lines are really easy to see. Then you can start to color it in with your colored pencils. Make sure that you color in very carefully and solidly to cover up all of the white space. Remember, you can use your blending inside of a drawing like I did here to make things look more shaded in. Don't forget that you'll also want to shade in your background or color it in with colored pencils too. So give your background some interest. Don't just leave it blank and white. It looks a lot better when you color things in fully so that they're more interesting for people to look at. Remember that your first design has to have an actual drawing of something. Pick something that you're interested in. But your second star, if you would like, can just be some kind of a design. You can always do 2 drawings if you would like to and skip the design, but at least one needs to have an actual drawing of something. When you do your design, you might think about how you can use color blending inside of that design, like I did here with blue and pink. Once you're done with your drawings, I want you to clearly mark which one that you would like to use for the final yearbook cover. Maybe put a star by it or circle it carefully so that I know which one to cut out. Once you are done with that, we can start practicing for our next project, which is going to be clay. First, we're going to practice with some Play-Doh. What we're going to do is make coils. So how we do that is we start by squishing the clay with one hand so that it makes sort of a caterpillar shape, fat caterpillar shape. Then use the palm of your hand to roll it towards your belly button. So you're using the table and rolling it towards you. Then, once it gets longer, you're going to use both hands, using the palm and going to the tip of your fingers and rolling it back and forth, starting from the center and going to the outside. So you'll roll it back and forth, starting from the center and going from the outside. Then you'll end up with a really long coil. Then you can start to practice making different shapes and coil designs, like a spiral, or you might want to do some kind of a rainbow shape. There are lots of different options for this. You could also do a twist, where you split it in half and then you put it together to make sort of like a pretzel. Then I want you to experiment placing these different coil shapes together. So how might you make an interesting design when you put them together to make some kind of a cool design. We're going to use coils when we start our clay project, so it's good to practice.